Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load. Terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
That's the ease at which you get information. You're always connected and informed. So if you're diabetic and still using old technology and finger pricks, what are you waiting for? U.S. Med carries the highest quality continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. U.S. Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. Call 1-888-US-MED-17 today. That's 1-888-US-MED-17 today. And manage your diabetes as easy as...
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your wages are being garnished. We can stop that now. It's hard enough to pay your bills when things are good, let alone when a big chunk of your take-home pay is gone before you even get your check. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, and I can stop the garnishment and get the creditors off your back immediately, often the same day as our consultation. Both Chapter 7 and 13 provide bankruptcy relief, but choosing the right chapter is crucial. In a free consultation, we can create a plan to get your finances back under your control. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle.
Let's play B-Mix.
It's time to play the jam.
Yeah!
Scream his name. B-Mix. Don't be a loser. Whoa! B-Mix. You're a loser.
It is time to B-Mix, and it's Tuesday, so let's turn down for tequila.
What?
Tequila. Yeah, tequila. All right, let's get to our contestant today. We've got Jake in San Diego. Jake, are you there?
I'm here.
Excellent. All right, Steve, get out of here.
Bye-bye.
For those playing at home, Jake will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Jake, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. You ready?
I'm ready.
How many of Snow White's 7 dwarfs have names ending in the letter Y?
6.
No.
5.
Yes. Shakira was born in which South American country?
Colombia.
Yes. How many feet are in 12 yards?
36.
Yes. What is the official state animal of Wisconsin?
Badger.
Yes. Frank Oz directed the movie Muppets Take Where?
Hollywood.
No.
New York.
No.
Ah.
What basketball Hall of Famer was nicknamed Wilt the Stilt?
Pass.
In Snow White, what poisoned fruit did the evil queen give to her?
Apple.
Yes. From 85 to 89, Sean Penn was married to which musician?
Pass.
Finish the Prince song. When doves what?
Cry.
Yes. Hugh Jackman was best known for playing which X-Men character?
Wolverine.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 correct.
All right, not too bad.
Yeah,
Not too bad.
Did pretty decent on that one there.
Yeah, a couple were out of his demographic, I think. Maybe he might be a little too young to know some of those things. We'll see if Steve, has a couple of blind spots himself.
Yeah, I mean, Steve is old, so he'll be able to probably get those ones.
Wow. Okay, then. Shots fired in your direction, sir.
Well, I mean, am I wrong?
Wow again, ladies and gentlemen. Listen,
the guy was like a couple years younger than me.
Yeah, really.
It's not like I'm a spring chicken myself.
And I really can't say anybody is old since, of course, I'm the oldest.
Yeah, we call you Methuselah.
Well, the nice thing is, anyone gives you a hard time about being old, eventually they're going to be old too. And then they're going to hate it when other people make fun of them for being old.
Oh,
it's a vicious cycle that we all have to live with.
I'm living that right now, Steve.
Are you ready, Steve?
Oh, yeah.
How many of Snow White's 7 dwarfs have names ending in the letter Y?
5.
Yes.
Oh.
Shakira was born in which South American country?
Colombia.
Yes. How many feet are in 12 yards?
Math, man. 36.
Yes.
Did it.
What is the official state animal of Wisconsin?
The badger.
Yes. Frank Oz directed the movie Muppets Take Where?
Dallas.
No.
Wait, that was Debbie.
Whoa.
My bad. Manhattan.
Yes.
Yeah.
What basketball Hall of Famer was nicknamed Wilt the Still?
Chamberlain.
Yes.
Will Chamberlain.
Yes. In Snow White, what poisoned fruit did the evil queen give to her?
A pumpkin?
No.
Oh, wait, an apple.
Yes. From 85 to 89, Sean Penn was married to which musician?
Madonna.
Yes. Finish the Prince song, When Doves What?
Cry.
Yes. Hugh Jackman is best known for playing which X-Men character?
Wolverine.
Yeah. And Steve, you get a perfect 10.
Whoa.
And you win.
Sorry about that, Jake.
Damn.
It's fine. Hey, can I say real quick, I moved to San Diego a year ago, and I have not found a rock station better than this one to listen to.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much, man.
You know, I don't regret pausing my song for that.
Well, man, thanks for still
Suck
listening
it,
to us,
San
Jake.
Diego.
Appreciate that, Jake. I mean, San Diego's got good radio stations, so that's a high
they
compliment
don't.
indeed. All right, well,
Shots fired.
apparently you don't talk to some of those folks at the conventions we go to. Now I'm going to have to answer for these statements.
Who are these people in San Diego that you talk to?
Yeah, everyone we know got fired, so we're good.
Ouch.
Wow. Okay, then.
So many shots fired this morning.
Yeah, this is, and I'm usually the one that really has just a loose cannon, but apparently it's passed on osmosis, baby.
I love
We
it.
learned it by watching you.
Yeah.
That's true. I mean, I really can't say that's done wrong. Yeah.
Well, congratulations on your win, Steve.
Thank you.
Yeah. Boy, guy
Champion.
gets 10 correct and decides, you know what? Going all out.
I'm declaring
Going
war
crazy.
against San Diego.
Yeah, you are. Oh, man. I got to tell you, man, this next story is really comical to me, but it's probably because I watch so much of that History Channel show Alone. And it's basically a bunch of survivalists. It's all about all these really professional survivalists trying to win a lot of money with their survival skills.
Okay.
So when I read this story that says the average person thinks that if you drop them in the middle of nowhere, they could survive in the wilderness for 16 days, I laugh my ass off. I mean,
Right.
you know, I suppose if they could find water, they could, because you probably could live for 16 days without food. You know, because your fat reserves should be okay, I suppose. But that's if you could find water and make sure it's pure. And then also if you could start a fire. I mean, all these things that
I could totally do it if I got dropped in the wilderness next to a Safeway. Easy.
Could you say
Survive.
wilderness, though?
Yeah.
Yes. Did you go to the Danny School of pronunciation over there?
What did I say?
Wilderness?
Wilderness.
No, I
You meant to
didn't.
say dropped in the wild. Yeah,
I
you
said
did.
wilderness. You guys are crazy.
You can't even survive this conversation.
I'm dead. I really said wilderness?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I know you probably meant to say wild and then just kept going.
And went with wilderness. I did not
Yeah.
hear that.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Clearly.
You did good though. You know what? I'm proud of you.
Dude, I could barely, when Joe and Sarah take me hiking, I could barely do like a 3-mile hike in the wilderness. So I would probably,
Yeah. You know what? The wilderness I could survive in, but not the wilderness, man. I just couldn't make it. in
Yo,
there.
you don't want to mess with the wilderness.
Yeah. 1 in 5 Americans are confident that they could start a fire if they only had flint. Okay, good luck to you. Because every one of those alone contestants, they bring a fire starting device. They don't even mess with trying to start fires because they just know that it is a pain in the butt. And these are professional, survivalists. So they don't even try to start fires like the old fashioned way. They want a flint or some sort of mechanism that will just create that spark.
There's no chance. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's why I carry a lighter with me. I don't even smoke. I just have a lighter in case I need to start a fire.
Good call.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I thought it was okay. Only 1 in 7 of us think they'd be able to tell which plants and berries were edible.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I couldn't do it. I'm always surprised at these contestants that go out there and they pull just roots out of the ground and different leaves and they just know what they're doing. And I would be like, I would be dead because I would have just grabbed anything.
I remember even as a kid, like little berries would grow in like trees in our neighborhood, and like you start grabbing them. We'd just start eating them. I remember my parents being like, you can't do that. Like you just don't know what you're about to eat.
Yeah.
They look delicious, and it's like, oh crap! I didn't know that could kill you. Like I have like a couple mushrooms right now growing in grass, and I'm like, what happens if I eat them? Will they be good with a salad, or will they be good with like an adventure? If you know what I mean?
Both.
Yeah, why not both?
Just the water, Steve. You know, like if you're thirsty, you go, I'm going to go by that stream, not having any idea, but you got to boil it. I mean, you just got to boil pretty much any water you find out in the wilderness. You just got to do it.
Filtering it. I don't think I could last 16 days, but I feel like I can outlast all of you.
Wow. You think?
I think I can.
Well, if you bring your purse, that's not fair.
Okay, I'm not bringing my purse or anything.
Because your purse has everything you need to survive.
I mean, you need a power bar, you need some bandages. I got everything.
She probably has a fire in there, honestly.
Probably has a tent in there.
Yeah. Without my purse, I feel like I could probably, not so much the hiking things. I really hate hiking, but
I'm just picturing Vicky like in the water like a bear just grabbing a salmon and eating it. As I told you guys, I
I am part of the wilderness now. There's no going back.
I feel like
wilderness, excuse me.
I feel like if anybody could really devolve into being feral, I think Vicky probably would be. I think she's the best candidate. Yeah.
I'd become one with the raccoons and form their family.
Yeah. This article says that 2/3 of us really don't even know what poison ivy looks like. So if that's the case, that'd be brutal.
I do only because I ran into it when I was a kid.
So you think you could still spot it?
No.
Okay, then that answers your own question.
Yeah, never mind. Now that you say that, I'm like, no, I'd probably be itching a lot.
I was like, if we just pulled out like a bunch of like greenery and said, okay, spot the poison ivy. I don't know if I'd be able to.
It's all salad. Let's eat it.
Yeah, man.
Like, Danny, touch it. All right, are you itching?
And by the way, this is without, you're like, I mean, you're just dropped in the middle of nowhere. I don't think they're going to give you anything. These survivalists I see, now granted, they go out there for months, but they're given 10 items to pick from. And so I don't think we're being given anything. I think we're just dropped in the middle of nowhere without anything.
Because I'd hope like if they're going to drop me in the middle of nowhere, like it's near like a banana tree or something like that.
Near a banana tree?
Yeah.
That's...
What? I mean,
I
could eat bananas all day.
Okay.
Yeah, I could too, yeah.
So that's your thing.
That's like the most low maintenance, I think, way of surviving. If you had it.
Can you climb a tree? They're 25 feet high.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I'm just asking.
You might like throw a rock at him and get him down or something.
Yeah, I feel like I could like maybe be near like a coconut tree too that drops coconuts. I could throw them at the bananas.
Okay, so now, it started with just a banana tree, but now you want to be near a banana and coconut tree.
Well, more often than that, it's kind of like Olive Garden and Red Lobster. If you find a banana tree, you will also find a coconut tree.
I didn't know that. See,
yes.
you have more knowledge of the wilderness than I do. See? I had no idea.
With one comes the other, BJ. Duh.
Again, see, this is why I wouldn't survive at all. I didn't know about these facts.
I just feel like if I had like an unlimited supply of bananas, I could survive.
Yeah? The bananas, that's all you need is a banana.
But you need water too. There's no water in bananas.
Don't bring that up, Steve.
Okay.
He doesn't have to know these details about why he's going to die under a banana tree. Steve will be dead under a banana tree, just surrounded by bananas. But you know what? He'll have gone out the way he wants.
I feel like bananas will provide enough hydration.
Water, yeah. Bananas are known for being very watery.
Well, I mean, I haven't really fully thought this out yet, BJ. But
he's got the coconut. Now, wait, Danny, but the coconut, that will give him the water. Because he'll crack the coconut
inside.
Because it'll break open while he's trying to throw them at the bananas, and then the water from the broken coconut.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, if I have the bananas, I'll have enough nourishment to be able to really put my time and energy into learning how to start a fire.
Okay.
And then I could boil water.
Yes.
And then
it's really the bananas are the linchpin. It's funny because on every episode of Alone, gotta tell you, that has never been brought up. If there were only bananas out here in the middle of the Arctic wilderness, everything would be fine. They usually talk about like fatty animals and protein, but I've never, it's just like, honestly, where are the banana trees?
Oh, if it's the Arctic wilderness, then I could also freeze my bananas. And make banana ice cream.
You could freeze your banana off is what you could do.
Yeah, true. All right, I don't think I'm going to last very long.
You're going to make banana ice cream, are you? Where are you going to get the milk for the banana? I don't even want to. Why am I asking
the
these
coconuts?
Questions? Oh, good job. Coconut milk. And it's going to be vegan then.
Yeah.
Then you can bring your wife.
I feel like she's going to turn down this opportunity.
Yeah, she probably will.
No, I swear it's good. There's vegan stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, honey, when they put us in the wilderness, I'm making sure we're next to a vegan tree.
Right, fully vegan.
Yeah, there you go.
No animals will be harmed.
Except
so it says bananas grow in large bushes, not trees.
I just Googled it, and it looked like giant trees.
Well, this texter, I believe them over you.
Okay. You saw the picture.
It's good.
Yeah, I thought they were. Yeah, I thought bananas were like in a tall tree. They're in a bush. Well, look, I don't know.
No, they
so
are. They're in trees. Yeah,
all right.
a banana bush.
All right. Well, maybe those are different maybe they're a different kind of bananas this guy's talking about.
Oh.
Oh, it's a joke.
That's what.
I don't think it's a joke.
And these Google image pictures are not real. They're all Photoshop.
Yeah, don't.
They're not trees. They're bushes.
Yeah. Don't say banana and bush together because you might have to explain yourself to HR again.
Again.
We got a half of a high school's graduating class that was suspended after a senior prank that many felt was really very mild. What did they do? I'll tell you at 7:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load, terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
That's the ease at which you get information. You're always connected and informed. So if you're diabetic and still using old technology and finger sticks, what are you waiting for? US Med carries the highest quality continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. Visit usmed.com/radio today. That's usmed.com/radio today and manage your diabetes as easy as...
We all remember that one professor, the one everyone on campus had to take no matter what subject they taught because how much fun their class was. What if we told you there was a streaming service that had all those professors? One Day University has every must-have professor from the best colleges all across the country. One Day University, the most fun talks from the most fun professors. Available live and on demand. No homework, just the most fun you'll have while learning. Get a special offer at ondayu.com/odyssey.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Half of a Texas high school's graduating class was suspended after a senior prank that many felt was very mild. And here are a few parents talking about the whole thing.
They had planned to fork the field, which is putting plastic forks in the dirt. Some students, after that point, decided to go in. There was a deer that went crooked on the wall. All 40 kids have in-school suspension for the last 2 weeks of school. It was a harmless senior prank.
We all actually kind of thought that this was their way of pranking us.
You know, you're looking at your top 10, you're looking at your valedictorian, your salutatorian, you're looking at your honor society kids.
What about the forkatorium?
Wow. And I've seen pictures, and so all that stuff they got suspended for?
Yeah. It seems pretty mild. I mean, like you said in the story, I mean, there's not really even that many forks in the grass. Like, I'm looking at this. I mean, it's probably annoying, but is it really worth suspending someone over? It was just like, oh, dumb senior prank. It could have been a lot worse. A car could have been put on like the roof of a high school or something along those lines.
Yeah, I mean, or just have them go take him out of there. I mean, okay, funny, that's really good. Instead of suspending you, just get him out of there, guys. Otherwise, you are suspended. I mean, maybe, if you got to use the field, I get it. But, who wants to have anybody else take care of that? Fine. But suspension
is that a thing, too? I never even heard of forking the field.
Never. It was first time for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, until I actually heard them talking about it and seen those pictures. I didn't know what the hell fork the field meant. I was like, was there a misprint in this story?
Yeah, they're just showing us pictures of other people who have done way better jobs. See, that's the thing. Also, like, I think I'd pull them all into like the assembly room or like an audience, into like their like auditorium or whatever, and just be like, all right, we know that you guys did all this with the forking the field. You all suck at pranks. You're losers, and just make fun of them for it.
Yeah,
This is like nothing special.
You'd be a great principal.
Yeah, I'd probably be fired.
It's better than our senior prank. I think it was just pouring glitter all over the school, and it just happened to rain really hard, so all the glitter washed off before, like, third period.
Wow. Yeah, I guess in Washington, you really can't do anything that's like has the risk of rain ruining it.
Right. So they win compared to us.
Boy, I feel like, and had your prank worked, Vicky, I think in Texas you would have been suspended.
Yeah.
Because I think that's a lot more impressive than what we saw, those pictures of what these kids forking that field. But yeah, they're very mild, it seems, and half the kids, basically half the class got suspended.
Now, it's the lukewarm topic of the day.
Did you see the picture of the deer head turned sideways?
Yeah.
Slightly tilted?
Yeah, slightly tilted.
That takes 2 seconds to fix.
Yeah.
Gotcha, pranked.
Right. Boom.
Suspended.
I know, this is so bizarre. Of course, in this COVID world we live in, people just they've got short fuses. They just, they're like, I'm done with this. They're done with everything. So I can imagine the principal's just like, you know what? I'm sorry, but this is over the line, and it probably would have been fine if it was like before COVID. But everyone's just on an edge.
But the deer's not wearing a mask. That's the problem right there.
Oh, that's probably what it was. Yeah, that's really pissed him off.
See, because like in my high school, like our principal was like zero tolerance, and she would get mad at everything. Like and that was like in 2003. That like our entire senior class got in trouble for their senior prank too.
That's probably what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, that's the thing. You got to know your principal. And apparently they didn't. Half of them gone. And like they said, you got like the super smart kids. Like the valedictorian and all those folks are suspended, which is,
smart enough to come up with a good prank.
Wow. There you go. Half a high school graduating class, suspended for this harmless senior prank where they basically put a bunch of plastic forks in the field. Based on this, we want to finish this sentence. I can't believe I got into trouble for doing blank. 206-421-ROCK, text us at 77999. Finish this sentence. I can't believe I got into trouble for doing blank. Your calls, your texts after Audio Slave on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. So, half of high school graduating class was suspended for a harmless senior prank where they put a bunch of like forks in the field, like plastic white forks, and sometimes they spell out something, usually the class year and stuff. But they tilted a deer head that was on the wall of the high school.
Anarchy!
They've lost their minds. What are we going to do?
So half the class gets suspended for this in Texas. Boy, they are tough in Texas. And it's just, even the parents are like, what? And so it's just a really like a very bizarre thing to get in trouble for when you know this is what they're going to do. And it really was quite mild. So we're asking you to finish this sentence. I can't believe I got into trouble for doing blank. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
Some people are sharing some of their pranks and other things in high school or things at high school that happened or in middle school as well, including this person. I got suspended in middle school for calling a friend a penis wrinkle in a joking manner.
That has happened to me where it is the overheard conversation. And now we're in a situation where sometimes people can overhear something and you can get in trouble, even though, the person that heard you was not the target of the conversation, not part of the conversation. And so I can appreciate that. That happens to me a lot where I'm just yapping and then somebody doesn't like what I say who wasn't even in the conversation and then I'm called in for it.
Penis wrinkle.
Penis wrinkle. To me, penis wrinkle's fantastic. Who doesn't enjoy that? That is like just a great term.
Well, I'm sure the person on the receiving end of it doesn't want to be called a penis wrinkle.
Who doesn't want to be on the receiving end of a penis wrinkle? Come on, Steve.
Wait, what?
Flag that.
Sorry.
I know it's weird because it's your dad, Joe, but...
Yeah, okay. 206-421-ROCK, text us at 77999. I'm wondering about Vicky because, frankly, I think Vicky should be in trouble for a lot of things.
Well, the one I can't believe, if I'm going to do something bad and get in trouble for it, I deserve it. But I had a very micromanaging manager when I was 19 at a restaurant, and he always hated the fact that I was quote unquote slow because I would actually talk to the customers and form relationships. And he said, you got to serve tables, you got to take all their drink orders at once, do all this at once, do it quickly. And then on a very busy day, I'm like, okay, I'll do it the way you do it. And then he proceeds to come in and yell at me for not taking a certain table's order yet. I'm like, no, I did. I'm just going around and doing it the way you said to. And he's like, that's not how you're supposed to do it. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm never listening to you again. And that's the problem with having very out of touch micromanaging managers at restaurants. You'll never win. And that's why people ended up leaving and jumping from job to job.
Yeah, usually a micromanager, which I have been accused of a lot over my career, so I've really had to look in the mirror. No, not at all. By the way, Vicky, the way you did that was really not the proper way to be using the microphone. But yeah, hey.
Wait, I'm not supposed to hold it with both hands?
Yeah, well, now that's a whole different story.
That's for after hours.
Whoa! The after hours edition. Yeah, man. It's just like I've worked for bosses like that too, where it's just like, man, they don't understand customers. That's part of customer service, especially when you're interacting like that. And boy, brainless bosses in those positions, boy, is that frustrating. Yep. Oh man, is that frustrating. You're doing exactly what you should be doing, which is creating a great relationship so they'll want to come back to that restaurant. And my God, those managers, I worked in a supermarket with a guy like that and he was just the worst. And I'm just like, why are you in this business? You don't even understand people. You just really don't. You should just be in an office with no doors. That way we never see you again.
I remember it was forever ago when I worked at a different station and I had an opportunity. I got asked to be on VH1's rock or whatever, their music countdown show. It's like their weekly countdown show. It was hosted by the girl that was on Survivor. I think her name was Jenna.
Oh, Jenna was awesome.
I had a friend at MTV who is the person that put me in contact because they're like, we're coming to Seattle. We want to have somebody that's in Seattle to kind of co-host the entire episode.
Yeah.
And so they reached out to me. I'm like, this is amazing. So I agreed to do it, said it all. I got in trouble for that because the boss wanted someone else from the station to be a part of it. Like he felt that someone else should have been the host of it and was upset that I got the hosting gig. And I'm just looking at him like, that they're going to film it at our radio station, which they did. They're going to give love to the radio station, which they did. The entire episode is about the radio station, which it was. But it just wasn't the person that he felt was like the golden boy of the radio station. Oh. So it was like, it was just such a weird thing. I'm like, I'm in trouble for being on national television.
Yeah, you're in trouble that somebody liked you enough to reach out to you to even, because of you, the station gets highlighted.
Oh, dude, that was one of those ones where I'm just like scratching my head. And I remember telling one of my friends, like, what's wrong? I'm like, I'm in the doghouse at work. And like, why? And I tell him, like, you're in the doghouse because you were just on VH1? Yes. That's exactly why.
And it
wasn't Is that the boss I know, Steve?
Probably.
Oh, I'm telling you, boy, I don't like that boss.
Well, drugs are bad, okay?
Okay. And I definitely don't like that boss. I totally don't.
It wasn't the boss who wanted to be on VH1, right? It was somebody else.
No, he wasn't. It wasn't about him. It was just like he was butthurt that he wasn't in charge of the situation. It was like he didn't have control of it, and he didn't get to put the person that he felt deserved in his eyes to be that. And I was like this lowly person that they were like, yeah, we want this guy, and it went well.
Yeah, of course it would go well. I mean, that's it. They picked you. Whenever somebody picks you, it's their idea, so it's going to go well because they, you know what I mean? They like you. As opposed if your boss got in there and put what they wanted in there, it probably wouldn't have gone well because they were like, but we like Steve and you made us not use Steve.
I just remember when I finally got to watch, I was just like, I was cringing because I'm like, I got in trouble for this. This is so dumb. I look like a goober on TV anyway. It's bad enough as it is. And I got in trouble with my job for it.
Yeah, Steve, that's lame. Man, you know what? That's the kind of stuff that can crush your soul when you're like a young person entering an industry. I mean, you did
it's
really
never
good.
recovered. My soul has been crushed forever.
I mean, half the reason I would scream in the building is for moments like that, when bosses were that dumb. And, so, man.
How about this?
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, this text was great. My wife had a dream that I cheated on her. And when she woke up, she started crying and yelling at me. She spent the next 3 days not talking to me. Again, it was a dream. I did absolutely nothing. But my dream version of me, I guess, is a D-hole.
Yeah. Sounds like Dream U's a jerk.
That's right. I remember one time having an ex that did that. That got mad. I'm like, hey, why don't you go back to bed and take this up with Dream Steve? Because Awake Steve didn't do this. Awake Steve doesn't even want to talk to you about this.
You can't take it up with Dream Steve. He's a douche.
Yeah,
I mean, look what he did,
Steve. You can't communicate with Dream
Steve.
Steve.
She's trying to talk to regular Steve, who's the nice guy, right?
I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to go kick Dream Steve's ass for you.
Yes! By the way, that's the great answer. You know what I mean? That's the best answer. Yeah, you should have thought about that, right? Honey. In my dreams tonight, I'm going to kick his ass.
Where is that Steve right now? I'm going to go to bed, and I'm going to dream about him. I'm going to go to that place. I'm going to kick him in the nuts.
I'm going to find him.
No, You know what? I want to say something because, Steve, that response, by the way, I think would have been an amazing response because, look, obviously you aren't that guy, but what she's saying is that she's just afraid of losing you and maybe has had some other stuff in her life, and she doesn't know how to say that, so instead she just seems like she's mad at you, and a lot of guys run away from that. They go, this is the dumbest thing ever, now she's mad at me, and then that creates this wall. But your funny answer like that, I think would have put a smile on her face or any reasonable person's face.
Yeah.
And that actually would have brought you closer together, you know, because you didn't take it personally. You're like, oh, you know what? I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to kick his ass. How dare he treat you that way? And I think that would have been like, that would have put a smile on her face. And she would have been, you know, hey, dude, that's a nice response.
That would have been great. I'd wake up the next day and be like, I got to tell you something. Dream Steve got a little too aggressive and murdered the other Dream Steve. We need to figure this and just have it keep going.
Babe,
Dude,
this got awkward, but...
Dude, what if you woke up with if you really put some makeup on and you wake up with a black eye and she's like, what happened? Oh, man, Dream Steve and I get into it.
There won't be a problem anymore. But
yeah, that's right. But you should see the other guy.
Can Dream you go and pay me, get my bail? Because I'm kind of screwed. But Dream Steve's kind of screwed.
Yeah. Oh, man.
So stupid.
So Dave Grohl, as we know, is the king. He was on The Tonight Show. And a funny moment happened with him on The Tonight Show is he could not remember a song by Nirvana. You're going to hear from Dave at 7:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Here's another listener question. How do I rebuild my credit after filing bankruptcy?
You rebuild it, one creditor at a time by making your payments on time on your rent or your mortgage, by continuing to make car payments on a car that you keep during your case. You can also, as I said, you can almost always get a credit card almost immediately after filing bankruptcy. Sometimes it's a secured card, and it'll almost always have a really high interest rate on it. But you could get a small balance credit card and charge a tank of gas or a dinner once a month on that and make the payment, pay it off every month, and that'll help you build a credit history one creditor at a time, and will help you rebuild your credit over time.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at ChooseTheRightChapter.com. That's ChooseTheRightChapter.com. Thanks for listening.
Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load, terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
That's the ease at which you get information. You're always connected and informed. No waiting. So if you're living with diabetes and still using old tech and finger sticks to read your blood sugar, what are you waiting for? US Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels and accepts Medicare and over 800 private insurers. Call 1-888-US-MED65 today. That's 1-888-US-MED65 today. And manage your diabetes as easy as